Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 on Hutan Pantai. Since last episode, I've been busy planting, weeding, and I guess just mostly planting and weeding here. There hasn't been a whole lot else going on. I believe I've got all of our oat fields here planted. That is all our non-rice fields, by the way. So field 6, 25, 24, and 32, just those 4 fields. I got those all planted in oats. They should also, and I haven't checked here, they should be weed-free, right? Yes, it looks like they are. Let's turn this stuff on here a minute. They do all need rolling because we don't have a roller yet. Again, I wouldn't mind getting a roller of them, but there's a slight money problem related to that one, so we'll have to hopefully get to that here at some point. But anyway, those fields are all planted and weeded. I weeded them the day of planting. As a reminder, too, I want to have this work the same way back in 22 here as well. There we go. Tractor I was looking for. If you weed immediately after planting, you typically do not get any weeds in the field. So, and I'm using the larger medium-sized weeder, I think it was here, whatever you want to call it here. Seems to work out pretty good, and you can hire a worker. Now, if I get to it here this episode, I wouldn't mind trying the small weeder here again, just see if the update fixed it so you can actually hire a worker with this one. And then once I confirm that, we're just going to sell the small one. I mean, I don't see a reason to keep the small one here when we have the big one. The big one here, I think, is 12 meters wide or something like that. It makes short work of the field. I mean, it is pretty quick to weed a field with that one. And again, you want to make sure you do it immediately after planting. That way you end up with no weeds. Otherwise, if you wait till the next day, which would be the next day here in the game, April. We planted it in March. So if we waited till April to weed them, we would have weeds, I'm sure. We only did shallow cultivation. So, yeah, I want to make sure you get that taken care of. Speaking of planting, by the way, planted one field of rice here so far. Got one field done. We got, how many more do we got to go here? 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 more? Is that right? Sure. That's what we're going to go with. That looks like 4 more. So I think we got, what, 5 rice fields total? Reminder again, here was it last episode before, somewhere in that one. I converted a bunch of our smaller fields here to rice fields. Small fields, I mean, it's like, just make them into rice fields here. That's probably going to be a lot better money maker for them than trying to plant crops on these dinky little fields that are just absolutely useless. So anyway, speaking of planting rice, we're going to get started planting rice here. Let's get a hired worker set up. And I was kind of curious how this would work too, I mean, because obviously, ooh, no field, that's interesting. Why not? Maybe I'm not quite on the field far enough. This was what I was just going to ask. I'm like, I wonder how the AI worker, there we go, adapts here. I guess I wasn't quite on the field enough for different size fields here, because obviously these are all going to be custom sized fields here at this point. Yes, I know. Can only be planted inside a rice field. We're working on it. I thought I'd be smart, by the way, and I tried flooding these fields the day before. So after I finished planting all the oats and take care of the weed, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go flood these fields. So that way, the next day when I go sleep for the night, they should be ready to be planted, right? Yeah, that apparently doesn't work. I mean, you can't pre-flood your fields, apparently. So you got to flood them the day of planting. Unless you folks maybe know some trick I don't here. I could not get it to work, so. Seem to be struggling a little bit along this edge here. What's, oh, I guess it's kind of a little uneven, maybe. That's probably what's going on here. Oh, it doesn't exactly plant in line with a planter, does it? Oh, well. I haven't actually paid attention how many different angles Giants has here in 25 here. For those who remember in previous versions of the game, when I'm talking about angles, Giants only used to do 0, 45, and 90-degree angles with any of their field work. So whether you were cultivating, plowing, planting, well, planting actually was like nothing. There was no angle with planting really per se, but at least the field work, like cultivating, plowing, that type of thing, that only had 0, 45, and 90-degree angles. So nothing in between. Lock on the steering there, bud. Try that again. There we go. It's nice, that little piece of pipe that sticks out there apparently does not have a collision on it. The rest of the thing does, by the way, but the little piece of pipe does not. Which, I was thinking about that when I was creating these rice fields. I don't know that you can control the placement of that, can you? It'd be kind of nice maybe if you actually could, because then you could maybe put that maybe a little more out of the way place. Although where it is now, I guess, isn't terrible. But you know, sometimes maybe the automatic placement might be like, oh, that's like the worst place ever. How much another one of these rice plants would cost? We got so many fields now at this point. I'm like, plant 2 fields at once. I might have to look into doing some terraforming around some of these fields here as well, because some of it's a little rough. And by the way, when it comes to refilling the seeds here, as a reminder, we have a little factory up at the farmyard making rice saplings for us. Somehow it just takes water and it makes rice saplings. I'm not entirely sure how that works. Wish it worked that way in real life, right? They just I'll pour a bunch of water in and get rice saplings out. I'm not sure what I would personally do with rice saplings, but I mean, it seems like a great concept there, right? Pour water in, get rice out. Rice saplings. Also, in between episodes, when I was looking at this machine here, I'm like, where the heck is the motor on this contraption here? I'm assuming it's got to be under the seat there. I'm assuming that's where it is. When I was looking at this, I'm like, well, where in the world? Where, like, fuel tank? Motor? Where's all the giblets and doohickeys on this thing? When we say doohickeys and giblets, we're talking, motor. And all the related paraphernalia. Also, anyone know what the purpose of these roll markers are? Like, yeah, that would definitely do anything, but I mean, like, I guess it does leave a mark, but wow, down in the water there. Okay, we'll just stick with our GPS. We are almost out of seed already. This, I believe, is our largest rice paddy here, so... And as far as rice is concerned, I mean, I plan on planting all rice. I was debating about planting some long grain rice as well. Maybe like on our larger ones here, I was going to plant the long grain, and I decided, you know what? No, we're going to plant all rice. Again, it seems like, I could be wrong on this one, but it seems like rice is more profitable on a field than long grain rice. And again, don't quote me on that one. I haven't taken the time to for sure confirm that, but it does seem that way. So that's why we were planting all rice as opposed to long grain rice. Although long grain rice, again, probably easier to plant and easier to harvest. Or the harvesters and planters are bigger. Let me put it that way. Okay, we need some more seed. Luckily, we're not too far away from farm here, which is a good thing too, because I mean, like, this planter is not particularly quick. Which is, by the way, is why I did not want to like put any rice fields like further away from the farm. Actually, on the right side of the road, fine. Otherwise, I was debating like maybe field 6 down that way. Like, ooh, that'd be a nice, fairly flat field. Probably make a good rice paddy. But like, I don't really want to drive all this harvesting equipment, planting equipment all the way down there, because yeah, that's a bit of a long drive. I think at bloody 12 mile an hour. Okay, let's fill our planter up here. There we go. One pallet completely fills the planter. That factory is currently set on selling it, by the way. But I figure once we use some of those pallets up, we can just switch it back over to producing. Get a couple more pallets there, and yeah, it works out pretty nice. We are technically paying for the water that is going into that facility, by the way. I've got the automatic watering mod. So again, that watering mod is automatically watering that facility. I believe I showed that here a few episodes back. That mod is available on the official Farming Simulator mod hub, by the way. Don't know if that's available for the consoles or not. If I had to guess, it's probably a PC-only mod. But at least for those of you PC players watching, yeah, I think that's probably mod worth getting. Now, technically, Evan, you could probably do it a little bit cheaper. Because if I understand it from the update here, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but Giant said for the update, the old windmill, the water is now free at the old windmill. So I'm assuming the old windmill, the one you see over there, the water is now free there. So if you wanted to transport the water yourself, Evan, the water would then be free. However, you still have to buy a water trailer to do said transport, which actually reminds me, I could probably just as well sell that little water tank we have. I don't think we'll ever, there we go. Actually get to the right one here. Don't think we'll ever actually use that silly little thing again. I'm not even sure. Not even sure where that little thing is. There it is. It's worth $4,000. I mean, they do a lot with $4,000 here at the moment, right? I don't know about a lot, but you would probably do some. Only our second headland around the field here. I forget, how many headlands were we doing here? Oh, well, I guess we'll find out. By the way, in between episodes here, been looking at more mods to download. Obviously, more and more mods are starting to get added to the official Farming Simulator mod hub. So we got things like power tools now. It's not exactly, I'm trying to remember the name. Was it developer tools? I think it was developer tools back in Farming Simulator 22. It's not exactly like the full featured one like that, but does have some of the basic stuff in it. I think you can like cheat money and stuff like that, which reminds me I should probably like cheat in like 10 grand for our fertilizer, flight mode, save game, exit the menu, restarts, yeah, you know, all that good stuff. Like I said, pretty basic compared to what developer tools did. Hopefully maybe we'll see that mod come out here again at some point. A little more information, a little more easy to use menu system, I would say. By the way, if you hear some noises in the background, I want to like cooling and, you know, various baby noises. That's because the baby is joining me here while I'm recording here at the moment. He is mostly contentedly just sitting there watching. Make sure we bring her up right here, right up one. Bring her up on Farming Simulator. Boy, we're going through the seed here, aren't we? Like I said, this field is definitely larger than any of our other rice fields. Kind of my goal is to get some larger rice fields here. And again, we still have a couple more fields yet to plant as well. We got field 20. Oh, what is it? 28? Yes, field 28 to plant as well. And then we still have both 31s to go yet as well. So. I will say it's kind of fun watching this rice planter, even though it is only probably, I don't know, what are we, 3 meters wide here or something like that, maybe? That's the question, though. Is there a larger rice planter in the game? Haven't actually looked at that one. We should do a little shopping while we're doing this here. Was that to be under cedars then, I wonder? Probably not, because that is, yeah, okay, so probably not that one. Is there an actual rice category then? Special crops. Rice planters. That apparently is all there is. There is one rice planter, 25,500, huh? Not bad. Only one rice harvester, too. Good to know. Because come plant time, it wouldn't be bad maybe having like 2 of these so we can get these fields planted a little bit quicker. It'd be kind of nice. This isn't particularly a quick process. I mean, the fields aren't big, but still. It'll take a while to plant this here. Oh, good. I was just going to say, can I get the line I actually want? Speaking of mods I downloaded, by the way, most of the mods I downloaded are just a lot of what I would call quality of life mods there. You know, just like power tools, stuff like that, heavy lift, various little screen improvements, and just all the little quality of life stuff that really helps the game, at least in my opinion anyway. Nothing really majorly, you know, groundbreaking as far as mods went, you know, no course player auto drive like that. Speaking of which, Evan, at the rate we're going with a hired worker in the game, I think we're definitely going to be needing both course play probably and auto drive. Again, I've not been able to successfully get the hired worker in the game to sell crops for me. Well, let me rephrase that. The hired worker will go sell the crops, but I cannot get the hired worker to repeat that process and load himself back up once he is sold. I don't know if that's just something with this map. I don't know. You folks let me know. Like, anyone else playing, or any of the other maps for that matter, maybe. Maybe it's not just a problem with this map. Maybe it's a problem in general, but I cannot get the hired worker to do a load and deliver course. He'll deliver, but forget the loading part. He will not load. And the annoying part is, too, like, he actually, like, tries them. He drives underneath the loading spout, and then usually at that point, everything just goes to pot. He breaks loose, and it's just, yeah, he ends up crashing somewhere, either into the silos or off the edge, or he just sits doing loops around. It's like, really? Yeah. So anyway. Just a reminder, by the way, if you don't already have Farming Simulator, check out the links down below. You can either get it from the Giants website using my link, which again helps support the channel, or also Games Planet, which you have to use code RDAllen will save yourself 15% on the game. Again, that's code RDAllen. Links and all that information down below. Don't forget, too, if you'd like to join us in on our multiplayer servers, that information down below as well. Also, down below in the description, you can find the rest of my social media links as well. Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. You know, there might be a couple baby pictures on there, stuff like that. So check that out if you like. Speaking of baby, by the way, for those who are wondering, she is definitely getting bigger. And one of the things she learned this week that has been quite interesting is she found her hands finally. And for those who wonder, she's about 3 months old here at this point. Yeah, she finally found her hands. And, well, I think you folks have any experience with babies, you probably know what she's doing with those hands. She is sticking those hands in her mouth, and, yes. She is busy with those hands here lately. Okay, looks like we just ran out of seed here again. Oh, so close to the end. Like, so close. But make it just, like, a little bit further. No. Go through quite a few pallets here. I might have to switch this factory over sooner rather than later when it comes to making more pallets here at this rate. Also, I don't think we're going to quite finish this field through this episode. Not the rate we're going anyway. Halfway through the episode, and we're not. Maybe we're halfway through the field. It's nice. At least one pallet here does completely fill the planter, so. Funny though how you see pallet, or I guess pallet, like seed box, let's call it that, seed box, and then all of a sudden it gets to the end of it, just like boom, all done. Okay. It's like the animators were like, okay, let's put this seed box, this seed box, this seed box. The heck with the rest of it, we'll just fill all the rest of it instantly. Plant this little strip here. Go. Get ourselves a little first-person action here. Well, there's our GPS. That one. I wonder if that GPS actually is auto steer, or is that just like shows you kind of like where to drive, like, hey, you need to turn a little more to the left or right or something like that. It's almost what it looks like there, but kind of a cool little machine, though. Sure, this probably beats planting by hand like they used to. I think someone wanted some attention. I don't know if the microphone picked it up or not. He just let out a shriek like, hey, I'm down here. Okay, let's see if we got any comments we can read here a moment. Probably hasn't been a whole lot of comments here since last episode because, yeah, I'm recording this video a little bit earlier in the morning than I typically do, like early morning here. Like it's, what is it, 8 o'clock in the morning here, so yep. Come on, load comments. They changed up the whole YouTube app here, so it looks a little different. There we go. Okay, starting off with the first comment here. Christopher was saying, good video, keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. Next one here from Dylan. Dylan was saying, steering assist sure is nice on the Xbox. Yes, I figured most console players probably would really appreciate the steering assist or GPS, or yeah, like I said, I'm going to probably refer to it as GPS, that one. Giants does obviously refer to it as steering assist in the menu there, but yeah. Of course, in the past, that one, at least on the PC side of things, we had mods that took care of that, but unfortunately for console players, you unfortunately did not have that luxury, really. The best you could do is just, hire a worker, I guess, and go with it, right? But yeah, now you actually have steering assist that is available on the console as well, so. And nice to see Giants finally put that in the game, Evan. There's been rumors, Farming Simulator 22 was going to have it. Obviously, it never did. There was also the rumors Farming Simulator 19 was going to have it. Never did. And then, of course, there was the rumors that 25 was going to have it. Of course, then I was a little bit skeptical at the time. I'm like, yeah, well, I'll wait to see the actual, we'll see if it actually is in the game, right? Like, actually officially announced by Giants, which they did actually do, so. I'll have to see once, too, when Precision Farming comes out. I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to result in. See once if, and I have not heard any word on Precision Farming. I don't know if you folks watched and have or not. I know back to 22 as well, when Giants didn't release that right away. That was a little bit later. So, yeah, curious to see once what, or hopefully if, I don't know, not hopefully if, hopefully it will be. Precision Farming will be coming out here at some point. I think someone's getting sick of watching Farming. They probably want to play, right? Yes, you want to play Farming Simulator? Yeah, we're making pretty good progress. Evan, actually doing better than I thought we would here this episode. We were probably a good half the way done here or so. Like I said, I don't know if we'll quite finish this episode. Yeah, we probably, because we only got a couple minutes left, everyone. Probably won't quite finish this, but. And then off camera, by the way, when I do plant it, we'll probably plant the rest of the fields here. Get those planted, and then we'll, yeah, next episode, we'll probably come back and start harvesting, I think, because that'll be the next step here. There's nothing really else going on here. We don't have any animals at this point, everyone, so. The one thing I could possibly do, Evan, I'm still debating about this, do I want to borrow money and buy another field? We could buy, was it 49, I think? We could buy, I think it was 49. Let's see, farmland. Come on, there we go. 100, yeah, we could buy 49. I don't know if that's the best use of money or not, though, Evan, because it does come with a bunch of extra land that is not farmable. And I'm kind of looking to try to get, like, farm land that's farmable, right? Okay, well, I know it's a couple minutes early, Evan, but it sounds like the baby is telling me it's maybe time to wrap up this episode here. I'm just going to keep on planting rice. So I think with that, Evan, we're going to wrap it up. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.